So I stopped. I convinced myself I didn't have a problem because I could stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like success being a front, will stop us from believing that we have a problem.
And then not having consequences either, because that's one of the big signs of a problem is the negative consequences that come along with it and the ability to not stop.
Built by the rested, you can't tell me nothing. Built by adversity, led by courage. Everybody doubted me, now everybody proud of me. I swear to God, I'm gonna be everything I wanna be.
What's going on, world? It's your favorite podcast. Your boy Ronnie LeDuff, Michael Axelrod Oakley. Why did I say Axelrod? I never say Axelrod. We got a special episode today, but first, it's been a long day.
This is episode 13 of trying to get a brand deal with Celsius. And look, our guest is even drinking a peach vibe. Arctic vibe. Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Go.
Hey, remember, powered by Celsius, not sponsored.
Lord.
Come on.
Please.
Hey, man, look, we got a built by the red stick first.
Today feel weird.
Yes.
We going up on a Tuesday.
We got a Tuesday release due to some scheduling conflicts.
Yes, Lord.
But we made it work because we are dedicated.
Club going
And
up.
for us being so dedicated to y'all, we ask but a few favors.
Only a few. Just a couple.
Make sure you love us in the comments.
Come on.
Make sure you smash that like button.
Come on.
And look, go ahead and support your boys freely. We don't charge y'all to subscribe.
Yep.
We don't have memberships.
Yep.
You ain't got to pay to follow us.
Yep.
All you got to do is click the little follow or the little subscribe
Yep.
button, and it's a free way to show your boys some love.
And I know some of my people out there got stuff in their Temu carts and their Shein carts. So for every item you got just sitting in that cart that you ain't bought yet, that's how many times you got to share us to your friends.
Yes, Lord.
Free, right?
Free.
That's hey man, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's Sheen, but yeah.
She get the point.
Yeah. Man, we had
I think it's Shein though.
no, it's Sheen.
Pretty sure it's
Sheen.
Yeah.
all right. In the comments, is it Shein or Sheen?
Last episode of Meet Your Sponsor with Serenity. We had Mario. Miss Shirley.
Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. All right.
Miss Cherie.
That was a good one.
Mr. Jared.
Say again. That was cute.
And then we got the final win. But before we get into that, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Serenity Treatment Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. When life feels overwhelming, when the weight of addiction, trauma, or mental health struggles become too heavy to carry alone, there's a place where healing begins. Here at Serenity Treatment of Louisiana, we believe every person deserves compassion, dignity, and a real chance at recovery. Our dedicated team of medical professionals, therapists, and support staff walk beside you every step of the journey because recovery is not something you have to face alone. Here, treatment is personal. We take the time to understand your story, your struggles, and your goals through evidence-based therapies, individualized treatment plans, and a supportive, healing environment. We help you rebuild the strength and confidence needed to move forward. Serenity Treatment Center of Louisiana offers a full continuum of care, including residential treatment, intensive outpatient programs, and aftercare support, ensuring that every stage of recovery is met with the guidance, structure, and encouragement you need to succeed. Whether you are a loved one or battling substance abuse, anxiety, depression, or the challenges that come with them, Serenity Treatment Center provides the tools, support, and compassionate care needed to reclaim your life. Healing starts with one decision, one conversation, one moment of courage. Let today be that moment. Serenity Treatment Center of Louisiana, where hope is restored, lives are rebuilt, and recovery begins. Call today or visit us online to take the first step toward a healthier, brighter future. That number is 225-389-3325. Or you can visit our website at theserenitycenterla.com.
And just like that, we're back.
We back.
We're back.
We back.
Like we said, Tuesday episode, so we know we're throwing some of y'all off.
Yes,
But
this is
you
crazy.
get 2 episodes in 1 week.
Bro, are we making it?
Mama, we made it.
Boy, the one we got Friday. Never mind, too much. I digress. What we got today?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nope.
boys and girls,
Nope.
I have the privilege,
Look what time it is.
nay, the honor,
3:04.
the experience of introducing every episode the best hype man on both sides of the Mississippi and all the state of Louisiana and all the region of this great South and all of this country, nay the world, Mr. Ronnie LeDuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kangaroos,
And farm owners.
And farm owners. I was gonna say naked coyotes, but I like farm owners better. This lady has traveled a very long way to be with us for these past 6.5 years. She went to school with Britney Spears. She is somebody that
Oops, he
has been-
did it again.
I made you believe. No, she is somebody that has been very active, not only in a professional life, but in the recovery community as well. She shares the same compassion and the same drive and the same dedication that I do when it comes to my clients, when it comes to my peers, and when it comes to people like me in recovery. It's somebody that the first time we had the conversation on the phone, I just knew she was one of me. And I was her, right? We had the same motives and the same goals in mind for not only ourselves, but our families and also our clients.
She got the Nike Blazer.
She got the Nike Blazer. I see him with the little pink trim, unless I'm going colorblind with all this Celsius. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have Miss Whitney Prejean, all the way from Kentwood, Louisiana.
Kentwood.
In the Built by the Red Stick building.
Welcome.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Did you believe we're more than just friends?
Lord.
Oh,
Gonna be
baby.
All episode.
All episode.
So, before we start, tell our followers and our viewers a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do for Serenity Center.
So, I am the female counselor for the residential program of Serenity at the South Foster location.
South
Shout
Foster.
out South Foster.
Foster.
Oh, I got sober there. Well, it was the other building, but that's why I started my detox
Hey,
at that building.
does Weymouth and Foster be beefing?
Yep.
I got a little beef going on.
beef.
I
right
plead
now.
the fifth.
They beefing right
I
now.
plead the fifth. What
Yeah.
do you
I
mean?
just stirred the pot,
So
baby.
look, I forgot to tell you, bro. Whenever I did the Recovery Day event, they brought Weymouth to the South Foster location. Bro, they got little gang signs and everything,
Oh,
bro.
man. Oh, they be clicked up.
Yeah, they had one dude with a W tattooed on his neck. The
Wait,
other dude had an SF. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. How long you been counseling?
So, I've been in a few different roles with Serenity. I've been at Serenity for almost 4 years. I started out doing utilization review over there, which, yeah.
Shit. I mean,
And someone
shoot.
told me a while back, they were like, you must like to argue. I
Yeah,
said, correct.
that is.
Correct
ooh.
them one day. So then I moved into a position as the intake counselor. I was doing like intake assessments. But as of May this year, it'd be 2 years that I've been counseling females directly.
Okay. You hear a lot of longevity with Serenity, like
Longevity.
employees. Like the turnover rate not too high. And usually when people leave, it's for like, you know what I mean? Like they feel like they want to elevate. So Serenity must be doing something right over there.
It's the sense of family that
Yeah.
I have felt from day one
That's every
there.
good spot, man.
I say it every episode. I say it off the air. I'm going to say it on the air. It's REA. That's the only reason why the atmosphere is the way it is at Serenity. Now, his little peons come in and keep it up. I'm just playing, y'all, not his peons. But no, it starts at the top. I'm a big believer in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So, live in Baton Rouge now.
So me and my husband and my son recently moved to Walker.
All right, so live in Walker.
That aligns more with the Kentwood.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we have our whole recovery lived in Baton Rouge, so
Okay.
it was a little bit of a change. But the roots are there, the country roots are sort of there.
Roots. Nah, I'm going to leave it alone.
Stop.
So, obviously, we talked off air. Coming up on almost 7 years. God damn, bro. No more Celsius for Ronnie.
He's tore up.
No, I'm thinking about what we was talking about off the air. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But, so almost 7 years. Let's kind of dive into what led you to being the person you are today. So, what was it growing up? What was it like growing up in Kentwood, right? So what was life like for you as a child? How How do you think that started to play a role in who you've become today?
So I'm one of those that will literally come into the rooms and say, like, I had a great childhood.
Yeah.
Because I did. I was, daddy's girl, mama's world, grandpa. We lived on 250 acres of farmland. I was like
Farmland?
dairy farm.
All right.
Dairy farm.
Cows and
So
shit.
milking cows, and then they went from doing that into beef cows, and it was a thing up until after he passed away. They did it. We've done it for years.
How many cows y'all had?
I mean, I couldn't tell you, but like when they, not off the top of my head, but I know that there was.
You ever went and got some shrooms?
We getting there. You moving too fast. She a little
moving
girl.
too fast.
Yeah. You moving too fast.
So,
That's a lot of money, dude. Cows expensive.
yeah, I know that. So there was 5 of the siblings. So this was my mom's dad that we lived on their land. So it was, they literally call that like a homestead, right? That's what we lived on. So for real. And it's like, I look back and it's like Little House on the Prairie type stuff. Like, you turn in our driveway. It was named after my grandpa's last name. Brabham Lane was the name of it. And so you go down the driveway, it's gravel, and it's almost 2 miles long because there's 4 houses of all of us that live there.
A 2-mile driveway is crazy work.
Yeah.
You gotta have gas to leave your house. That is crazy.
You call your ma. I ran out of gas.
I'm telling you.
Where you at? Aunt
At the
Cindy's
beginning
house.
of Brabham. God.
Absolutely.
Y'all had like running water and stuff, or y'all had like outhouses?
We had running water.
Wi-Fi?
No.
What? I'm still cave.
So, like, at one point, they started coming out with that just, like, satellite, like, cable, stuff.
yeah,
but,
like
it was
Dish and
always,
Direct and
the
all that.
struggle was real. I had to go to...
Wait, first of all, you cannot say the struggle was real and you grew up with 250 cows on 250 acres with a 2-mile driveway.
I'm talking about in terms of electronics and internet.
Well, use a different word, man. I'm doing this for the chat. That was for the chat.
But... So, like, anything and everything that we ever had to do, there was a Walmart. The Walmart, being in Kentwood for most of my life, the Walmart that was closest was in Hammond, and that was like 30 miles away.
Bruh.
And then, so then they built one in Amite, so that one was a little bit closer. That's like 15 minutes still, 15 miles, and that's where I went to high school at.
Amite High?
No, I went to Oak Forest Academy, private school.
That's where I'm speaking.
For real?
Yeah, remember we just talked about this.
I ain't hear the name.
What?
What? You knew this?
No, I didn't know she went to Oak Forest.
Small
but as
world,
soon as she
so-
said Oak Forest,
We hadn't even told nobody
I
yet.
hadn't told him.
So me and Mike have been, I'm so sorry. I'm not hijacking your interview. Me and Mike have been asked to speak, or been interviewed by Texas, what is it called?
Texas State Documentary.
Texas Documentaries or something like that. Huge company. We'll share the link in the description. But the day Mike recorded is on the April 14th, and he's getting the privilege to speak to Oak Forest Academy. So that's
Seniors, yeah.
that's crazy that you say. I've never heard of it. Like never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's a smaller school.
what's tuition?
I mean, you asking me questions I don't remember. Because when it came to that time in junior high and high school, that's when I really started showing my stuff to everybody.
Your cows?
Yeah. Exactly. I knew this was going to be about cows
So-
today.
So junior high is when you started using substances, or
So my first drink was at 13.
Okay.
I was at so I have an older brother. He's 2 years older than me, and I was at a party. It was his girlfriend, and they dated for a real long time. But it was one of those like Mama had a liquor cabinet, right?
Oh yeah.
So we got in Mama's liquor cabinet, and I don't even remember what I drank, but I do remember that feeling
Yeah.
that the big book of AA talks about.
Yep.
It was elusive, right? I was feeling myself, right?
I had arrived.
I had arrived.
So, what do you think contributed to the need for the escape? Right.
So I know that it felt, as I know that's pretty typical, and not just women and men. And then this is coming from like professional standpoint
Right.
too, is unworthiness and low self-worth. Like,
Yeah.
throughout childhood, like I had the affection, and I had the attention,
Yes,
but there was just something within me that I never felt good enough.
Yep, same. I could have, I'm joking with you, but I grew up silver spoon as well. Parents, only boy, got everything I wanted, and it was like I felt like I arrived when I took that first sip of MD 2020. It was like, oh yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. And then, it kind of graduated into like moving into like the more later teenage years and even into my 20s was I got attention whenever I drank, right?
Yeah.
People saw me. The opposite sex saw me. That was a big thing, right?
Absolutely.
Which I was drinking out that moonshine. Some potato skins that's been sitting
Remember
up.
Sky? Do you remember Sky Blue?
I don't.
Oh wow!
Nah, what's that?
So it was like this vodka drink, Sky Blue. It's like Bacardi Silver in the little bottles, like wine coolers you could get.
We had MD in 2020
Like,
and
showing
like
my age
still
here.
reserved. Yeah. No, you ain't showing your age. You just showing your geographical location.
Right, there wasn't
Your
a
privilege
whole
is
lot.
showing.
Yeah.
Showing my
You
privilege.
didn't have Cristal's your first substance? Oh my God.
So,
Moet.
obviously you grew up in a pretty close knit family. If y'all are all living, around each other in a small town, obviously 250 acres. So probably from, at least some form of a family prestige. What were some of the effects of, your drinking and using, and getting caught and getting into trouble?
That's a good question, Mike. It's a
Wow.
great question, bro.
That's exactly what I would ask someone.
Hey, man,
the
it's almost
tables
like
were
he's done this
turned.
before.
Have you done this before? Maybe. Okay. I will say expectations, right?
Yeah. Ooh. God damn. You ever think about expectations and how that's a negative word? Don't nobody ever tell somebody who's doing their shit, "Oh, you have so much we expect so much from you.
Yeah.
You have so much potential."
Now let's say that to the people failing.
Yep.
So the expectations, like, this is how you should be. This is the box that you should fit in, right? I knew from a young age I was like a little different, like, because I was more
Closer.
emotional than most around me. I can remember a stage in probably 5th or 6th grade where I just was going through this like crippling anxiety, and I was just in fear about everything. And it's like my parents, the way that, like you said, like expectations, and they just didn't know what was wrong. They were just like, okay, your brother's not like this.
And it's just you and your brother, right? You the baby?
No, I have we'll get to this in a little bit, but I
Okay.
have a younger sister.
Okay.
She is 12 years younger than me.
12.
But we all have the same mom and dad.
Shit.
Yep.
Whoops.
So I was the baby.
Cow milk keep you
12
fertile.
I was the baby for 12 years. Now I'm the middle.
That cow milk keep you fertile, bro.
Yeah.
You milking cow? You be milking them too?
No, I'm not gonna say I was, because I wasn't. But by the time that I was born, they had like the machines and stuff.
automated.
They
was
was
automated.
slaughtering the cows by
No,
then?
it's automated milkers.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a
So
thing.
my uncle did have a slaughterhouse. It was called Hickory Hill Meats. Swear.
Peter gonna flag this account. Keep going. Let's skip past that.
Get past
So you're starting to let down the expectation. When do consequences arise?
So that really took a minute, because, like I said, off air, I kind of shared with y'all, my other grandfather, my maternal grandfather was the one with the farmland. So my paternal grandfather was in law enforcement. He was a sheriff. So it was
You
like,
ain't getting in trouble at.
And
no.
maternal is mama, right? And paternal is daddy. Okay. That was for the chat. I knew that.
Yeah, of course.
So he worked in law enforcement, and then I also had a great uncle who was a state trooper. So I used the name and used the name and used the name. I was literally just talking about to someone about, I got into a car wreck whenever I was drunk when I was like 16, right? And I can remember no consequences, because they said, "We know who you are and we know your last name. Get her and get her out of here." right?
Some small town shit.
But can you imagine her army crawl? You know, normal people steal a credit card. She tell the doorman, like, I got these 2 cows, bro. You can load them up. These 2 cows. I'm sorry, man. Oh,
What do
bro.
you think the lack of consequences, obviously it enabled the escalation of your drinking and using well let's we won't go there yet. So going through your teenage years and what's after high school for you?
So, I went to college.
Heck yeah.
I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree,
Shout out. Where you went to
in
college?
Southeastern.
Okay.
And so this is not my first career working in this professional sector that I'm in now. I was a nurse. I was a registered nurse.
A RN?
Yes. So here we go. Expectations, right?
She had access to all the pills.
And you was still drinking like through med school and all that?
So I stopped. I convinced myself I didn't have a problem because I could stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
success being a front, will stop us from believing that we have a problem.
And then not having consequences either, because that's one of the big signs of a problem is the negative consequences that come along with it and the ability to not stop.
So the first consequence came when I was a nurse. I was, I kind of said earlier, relationships with men have always been an issue for me. Lack of worthiness, right? And so I was dating a guy, and it was 4th of July, and I can remember what year it was. It was 2013. I was at a pool party with my family, and I was very intoxicated. And my dad begged me. He said, "Do not go anywhere whenever I drop you off." Had my own apartment in Hammond. I mean, I had it all, but it was still back to childhood where nothing was ever enough, right? There was just something always missing. So he dropped me off. I remember it like it was yesterday because, what's that, like 13 years almost, right? So I go, he's standing there and he's watching me unlock the door, and I wait for him to drive off, and then I'm like, whoop. Got right back in my car, right? So I'm in Hammond, and then this guy, we had broken up, and he lives in Mandeville, right? So I get in my car on July 4th, right?
That's smart.
As a bitch.
Drunk as all get out, and go to his house, and, we get in this big argument, and I decide that I'm going to leave, and it was a good idea to go keep drinking, right? Why not? And so I got in an accident, turning into a road where there was a bar that I had planned to go to. And then, I got consequences then. I was somewhere where I could not use my name, and I got in trouble. I was in St. Tammany Parish.
St. Slaminy.
Ooh.
Right? So I was like, oh, I couldn't get out of this. And I had to face these consequences. So I did the whole thing, and I was on probation. I paid the probation. I did the substance use classes. I did the Mothers Against Drunk Driving classes. I can remember going into 1 or 2 of the classes, and I saw a mom and a dad that I knew, their son from high school, and he had died from an accident when he was drunk. And then also a fellow, I grew up with his children, and he had a drinking issue. And so it was like this instantaneous, shame. I was like, wow, where can I hide at, right? But unfortunately, that didn't stop me,
Did you lose your nursing license at this time?
Not at that time.
Okay.
It was like, you have to self-report.
Right.
Self-report. So I gave them an account of everything that happened, and they were pretty much don't do this again, right? Yeah. And I had something happen later on at a job to where I was reported by the job. I was reported for being intoxicated on the job. And so I can still look in the mindset that I was in then. Again, at this time, was in another bad relationship. 2 years later, 2015, was the year that my license was suspended. And I was, he was always constantly, I love the word, I use it all the time, gaslighting me, right? you're crazy. You need to do this and you need to do that. So I had gotten on a lot of different medications and, and I was also becoming addicted to benzos at this time. I had started to dabble in them.
Yeah.
Right? What, benzos and alcohol, right? So they were like, you seem impaired, right? And so they drug tested me and nothing came back, but they were like, we're letting you go and we're reporting you to the board. I felt like my life was over.
I bet. Any suicidal ideations or thoughts, come from that, thinking your life was over?
So what's crazy is I had thoughts like that before this happened.
Yeah.
There was some stuff going on with me mentally before that explains a lot looking back, a lot of depression.
Yeah.
But I think I skipped over an event that changed me was the grandfather that we lived on his land, losing him.
Yeah.
And I lost him in a very tragic way. And I found him dead, and it stuck with me for a really long time. And
When was that?
2009.
Okay.
So I had just started nursing school and I was getting ready to move to Baton Rouge because going to Southeastern, the first few semesters are in Hammond. And then once you get to like your third semester, cause there's 5, you move over to Baton Rouge. And like, I had met these girls in school and like, we decided I'll get an apartment together. And so it was like right before school was starting up and we had found out he had lung cancer. And he went downhill really quick.
Yeah.
And
I went through the same with my grandfather.
I can remember getting the call, hey, can you go help your grandma? Like there's something going on. Your grandfather's really sick right now. And then I got there and it's like, when your brain registers, like when you know.
Yeah.
But like I'll never forget that lady telling me when I called 911, they were asking me, feel your grandpa. What does he feel like? And telling me he's dead. It never really sunk in.
Damn. So you get reported by the company you're working for. They obviously report you to the board. Do you get on the monitoring program? You go to treatment at that time? What?
So this was another roadblock for me that also led to some serious self-medicating. So what happened was, I had actually stopped working at this job and I had started working at a nursing home, which I found out was like my passion. I loved working with older people. And with me having an RN, it opened a lot of doors for me. And I was like a charge nurse at first, and then they promoted me to assistant director of nursing. And it's just like, I literally loved it. I worked with a lot of Alzheimer's patients and, they just had my heart. And I remember getting that letter in the mail and they're like, your license is summarily suspended, which means until you do what we say, you're not practicing anymore. So I went through a lot of different hoops and avenues. I got a lawyer. Of course, my parents, paid for a lawyer. I knew this. I answered that for you. And like a good one. Like he was a lawyer and he has credentialed as a nurse, so he knew loopholes and.
Damn, he different.
He went to school way too.
He went to a lot.
But there was so much. When I tell you that then people had a book like this of things about me, right? And so most of it went back to the issues that I had before, right, with the DWI. Because I got a DWI whenever I got in that wreck. And
right.
that was kind of a given. But, and they were like, these are your choices. You can go to treatment. You can just surrender your license, which I found out later that was never an option because they had already suspended it for me.
Right.
And so the way things worked with the nursing board, it's like you could only go to treatment at certain facilities that were accredited by them. And one of those was, there was a place in Denham. They were trying to get me in there. I think it was the Journey Home, I believe.
Yeah.
And so
All women's facility.
it was an all women's
Yeah.
facility, and I wasn't able to get in there. And then, but I was able to get into Palmetto.
I was just gonna say Palmetto.
Palmetto,
yeah.
which is mostly you have professionals there. But
Yeah.
at that time, they only took in. I think they take different insurances now, but
Yeah, they do.
they were really limited on what they took, and so they were like, "What we do is we send you for an evaluation for 3 days, and you're evaluated by. They have like addictionologists, and they have
Yeah.
nurses and all kind of stuff there." And like, so it's funny because like the women there, it's like they fed into my insanity because they were like, "You shouldn't be here. Like, you weren't stealing dope off the Pyxis and overdosing on the unit and stuff like that." And I was like, "Right? I mean,
I
like,
was just showing up drunk.
right? Like, I'm just a victim, like." And so
Not even my fault. I was in this toxic relationship.
exactly. So at the end of it, I obviously couldn't manipulate my way out of it. And they said, "We want you to get treatment," right?
Yep.
And so they recommended me for like 60 days. And at that time, that was a significant amount of money, right?
Wait, so you wasn't working nowhere, so you had to pay that out of pocket.
I couldn't. And at this point, even family, they don't want to help me anymore.
Well, I would have sold so many steaks. They'd have hated me. That'd have been another amendment I had to make once I got sober.
Cows would have been.
Boy, what? They already sell them 20 for $20 at front of the mall sometimes. But
So you didn't go to treatment?
I didn't go to treatment until I decided to go to treatment, if that makes any
yeah.
sense. I kept on going, right? I looked at it as another hit, and I felt sorry for myself,
Yeah.
right? And I blamed other people. I didn't do this. They did this. They were out to get me, like, grandiose behavior, like,
You don't say.
Yeah.
And what year is this now?
20.
So 2015 is when my license got suspended.
Okay.
And so after that, same relationship, was still in it. I had to work, and so I started working at Walmart, and I will never forget the humble, right? He was like, "You have to work if you're gonna stay here," and I'm like, "But I want to be with you. I have to stay here, right?" Like real sick, And so I started working there, and like I just could not cope, right? Drinking, I was drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, and then the further into that gap between that and treatment, the substance use and different substances escalated, right?
You had a good little run though before you graduated.
So
That's impressive.
When did you end up in treatment?
So I went into treatment in May of 2019.
So you're a one and done.
Bro, we the GOAT. I don't care what nobody else say.
I started feeling it.
Yeah.
I was like, I think she's a one and done.
Yeah, bro, we had so many one and dones, bro.
And so it's
Shout out to our
funny
one and
because I'm
dones.
glad that it's categorized like that. Because I used to be like, "But I went to treatment for 3 days," but like, no, I
That
didn't.
don't count. Yeah.
I realized
You had
that
an
didn't count.
evaluation.
You a one and doneer, bro.
Yeah.
What are we out here
Dude,
doing?
I think this is,
This is like 9
but I think it's 3 of the 4
in Baton
for
Rouge.
Serenity.
Yeah, you're right.
Cherie went to treatment one
Yep.
time. She went to treatment
Jared went a
think-
few.
I think
Jared went the
Mario-
same amount of times as me. Jared went 6 times.
one time. Did Mario?
Did Mario go one
I
time?
think so.
Dang. Man, we just out here.
He's out here finding it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've digressed.
Man.
I digress.
So from 2013 you get your first DWI. 2015 you get your license suspended. You go to the evaluation. You say screw this. Little 3-year run. What was that 3 years like? Because you had started saying you started dabbling with some other things.
So once that relationship I was telling y'all about ended, I kind of jumped into some other ones. Like typically
Yeah.
that's my thing. But the last one that I had, we got married. So I shared with y'all that I'm married, but this is not my first marriage.
Did y'all use together?
Yes.
You gave him the bigger bag of dope one time and he proposed, huh?
Basically.
It's like you done this before. What?
So I can remember like scrolling through Facebook and like right after I got out of treatment, and I saw this like Audible book on Amazon, and it said The Dope Man's Wife. I was like, is that me? Because he fed me whatever I wanted. You know, I started dabbling in Adderall, right?
Nice.
I found that Adderall, I felt good, right? I hadn't felt that
I
good.
thought she was about to say dabbling in something else. I'm sorry. I'm not minimizing. I'm so sorry. That was me being judgmental. I'm so sorry.
The audacity.
The audacity.
The audacity.
Your story is your story, sweetheart. You keep
Adderall's a
going.
motherfucker, bro.
It is.
You know,
What?
it's only one. It's only formally. It's only like one.
What you said?
I don't know.
Nah,
Tried to
because
use
you
it.
always point me.
Formally?
You always point me out when I do it.
Yeah.
We finna do it.
Structurally, it's only like one element away from wet meth.
Yeah. It's and meth.
Right.
It's vocabulary.
Oh.
Because don't you test positive for both?
No, amphetamines. If you test positive for methamphetamines, you on meth.
You on that meth.
You on meth.
You on
I
that sweet
digress.
baby meth.
Yeah.
So you started dabbling with the Adderall because it made you feel amazing and you could drink more.
Precisely. Yes. I was smoking a lot of weed, right?
Smoking the
Popping
devil's
Oh, you just
benzos.
being a bad girl now.
Yeah, I
I'm
was just
sorry.
doing everything.
I'm sorry, bro.
What's that word they call
I'm
it?
sorry.
Polysubstance? That
Yep.
was me. Poly. I was poly.
You living on the edge.
I was. I didn't care. I felt like my life was over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really did.
Absolutely.
The marriage was an upside at one point until it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, his family was very verbally abusive.
To you
Yeah.
and him? Like him verbally abusive to you and the family?
I mean, it started out as being more them to me, but with him, he was. Yeah, I mean, but
He would let them abuse you?
mhm.
Oh no, where you at? Why I oughta?
Mhm. But I didn't. I had lost so much power, and I'd lost so much of me that I didn't care.
One might
right?
say you were powerless.
Powerless.
I'm sorry. So what was the catalyst that you said you went when you were ready? What was that catalyst, that event that was like, oh shit, I gotta find some help?
So I tried meth, right? When I tried meth, I had tried it once, and the second time I tried it, I went to a full-blown drug-induced psychosis.
That happened.
I
That
started
tend to
having
happen.
hallucinations. I was seeing things. I was hearing things. I was very scared.
I have the worst meth story.
I don't get
I'm still
why.
scared to
I
share
just
it.
don't understand. Like, listen, Linda.
Listen.
I understand that drugs are drugs and they get a hold of you. And a meth, people that use meth are like, I don't understand heroin addicts.
Right?
But I, as a heroin addict, I just don't understand the appeal of meth.
You didn't do it the right way.
I don't care.
No, I'm telling you. But
I didn't want to do it the right way. It
know.
doesn't sound, never once did I say, ooh, I want to get high and pick my face apart.
not everybody do that.
I know, but I'm just
You
joking.
got to plug it.
I just don't get it. Like I've heard so many meth psychosis stories, and like
But
I
with
said,
with anything, if you stay up 4-5 days in a row, you're
get it.
gonna start tripping.
That's why-
Right.
yeah, I dare stay up on heroin 4 or 5 days straight.
Yeah, you can't.
Exactly. I want my sleep. Knock me out. I'm going down. I did meth one time. One
Two.
time. I did
That
it
was
once.
two for me.
Two and done.
I got stuck in my mom's bathroom, and I was like, fuck.
I did it one too many times.
So the first time I thought, I was like, this isn't meth. Like, this just feels like Adderall.
How did you do it if your mommy asked? Did you IV it?
No, I snorted it.
Yeah, see what I'm
both
saying?
times.
Y'all both the only people got the bad experience with it, but you
No, I know plenty of people who got bad experiences with old meth.
not when they IV it.
I mean,
Look, we're not glorifying anything, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that's not what this is coming out.
we are
as.
talking about.
We are talking about it. Do tell. We're digressing.
Look, what we can all
digress.
agree on though is that meth addicts are like, what the hell are heroin addicts doing? Heroin addicts are like, what the hell are meth addicts doing? But both of them are like, what the fuck is the crackhead doing?
But liquid alcoholics though.
I'm just playing.
But
Yeah.
liquid alcoholics though. What are y'all doing, right?
Sociably acceptable. I was just playing, Ronnie. You've heard that joke before. Don't you do that. So you try the meth, you go into psychosis. What
So in the course of around those 7 days,
7 days?
You stayed up for 7 days
You was doing meth multiple times in that 7 days?
I was doing Adderall.
with the meth?
Yeah, not at the same time, but towards the end, I was like, "Oh, this Adderall isn't working. I
You
gotta."
wanted your heart to bust.
It seems that way, right?
Dude.
So at some point on that spree for those approximate 7 days, we're gonna say, time starts to run together. It seemed like about that many. My ex, I had kicked him out of the house. I was just like, I'm tired of you. This isn't working anymore.
The one that told you had to get a job to stay there?
No.
No, the one I married. I know.
So that's right. She said she got a whole nother dude. The verbal abusive dude. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
So, and so I was like, we were living in my mom's house that was on the land, right?
The land.
On the land.
Candyland.
Candyland. So, I had told him, I messaged him as I was in psychosis and said, I did meth. And he was like, but I did, I remember being all secretive, because I threw my phone out the window because I thought he was trying to kill me. But here I am, I get a new phone and I'm trying to Facebook Messenger him. And I said, I did M. It was a secret. He was like, you did what? So I told him. And then I told him that, some other things I did. But he told my mom. I was like, oh, you told my mom.
So my mama, what the hell wrong with you?
So here comes mom, and she comes, and she's like, what? What's going on? Why does the house look like this? Because, we were it was that straight, fighting, throwing pictures and glass everywhere, just real chaotic meth
Real
type
Kentwood
stuff.
type
Or
stuff,
Kentwood type stuff.
Yeah.
And so I remember my mom, and I always say that this was my step one experience was me and her sitting there, and she started asking me multiple questions. And as she asked them to me, I was getting agitated, but then also starting to feel oh my God, thank God.
Yeah.
So she was like, how long has it been since you brushed your hair? How long has it been since you took a bath? Since you ate? She noticed the self-care went out the window.
Yeah.
And I was like, I went to try to argue with her because that was just my temperament, right? And she was like, I said, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I need help. And that was the day that I went into the hospital, and I went into detox and then went to treatment.
Where'd you go to treatment?
You want to guess?
Serenity.
Yes!
Let's go.
Serenity Center.
Hell yeah.
You go to Serenity, and you get out. What was that first year of sobriety like?
Interesting. It was tough, right? I had mentioned that I have a son, and early in my sobriety, I got pregnant,
New dude, same dude?
New dude.
Okay, we didn't know.
Right, new
It's
dude.
not like we talked about this off camera.
We split up. Me and my ex, the one that we were using with, we split up in the process of me being in treatment. It was just for the better,
So when you got sober, and how long after you got sober did you end up pregnant?
3 months.
Oh, so y'all fell in love in rehab?
Maybe, maybe not.
We know him?
No,
Maybe.
no, I don't think so.
Listen.
Y'all married now, though?
Yeah, we've been married 3 years. We've been together almost 7.
But she wants y'all to know that that's a rarity.
That is not
Doesn't
highly
happen a lot.
recommended.
Don't go fall in
Do
love
not
at
try
rehab.
this at home.
Yeah.
Do
Fall in
not.
love at rehab.
Right.
Do
I
not.
don't. I definitely don't recommend it, but God placed this man in my life, and he's been a godsend, right?
Was it God or the insurance company?
Maybe it was Healthy Blue.
Bro, you
I don't know.
stupid, bro.
You said it.
How I'm stupid? You say. What MCO you got? I got Healthy Blue. What you got?
Louisiana Healthcare Connection.
Oh man.
All right. Anyway, so that first year of sobriety, me and Ronnie both been around this for a long time and dealt with a lot of people, and I have obviously, working in the industry now, and spending the last 2 years counseling. That first year of sobriety is hard enough,
Yeah.
right? So I can't imagine the emotional swings that come along with
And
being
COVID.
pregnant.
And COVID.
Oh well, yeah. Can't forget
And
about the
COVID.
COVID. Yeah, because you was closer to it than me. Because you
May, and so
May,
May of 19.
So
and then
COVID
March of 20,
started-
boom.
Yeah, March
Yeah,
of
it's
20.
just
Did you have your baby by yourself?
Just me and him, yeah.
Just you and the baby, or you and the dude?
Me and my husband.
No doctor, no nothing.
Yes, the
there
doctor.
was a doctor
But it
there.
was COVID time, so they couldn't have
Well,
like
like my
parents.
mom-
Why y'all attacking me like that? Why y'all?
Well, like
That's a dumb question. No doctor there.
Hey man,
Some people
the
do
only,
it. Some people do it. You're
only
right.
dumb question is the one not asked.
You're right.
that's right.
You're
I
right.
went
right.
for it because somewhere somebody gonna ask the same
You're
thing.
right. You're right. I apologize.
Thank you.
Ronnie.
So the doctor was in there.
He was.
Were you being like what's like when being a nurse, like were you trying to tell him like, hold on, you doing this wrong, this go like this go like that?
I tried.
I know what I'm doing.
I tried.
I was a nurse 10 years ago.
Yes. Never delivered a baby, but
So first year of sobriety, you get pregnant. You go through that and you have your son. And so what do you think are some of the leading factors that have continued to allow you to A, maintain your sobriety, and then B, like grow into the mother and the woman that you are today? Being able to help people and be impactful in people's lives.
So I'm gonna say humility is what's kept me where I'm at. And being willing, even I know those are kind of cliche,
But it's true.
But it's true.
No, yeah, it's
And
true.
that's
It's
what
true.
Because it's true.
That's what I
Yeah.
teach too. I'm like, we talk about the how of recovery because it is what it is,
Yep.
and we, with recovery dynamics that we use that it's repetitive, but it's a design for living. Like we
Yeah.
have to live this sort of way. But humility is like remembering whenever I was just out of Serenity and didn't have a car and it was June and I was walking to a job and like in the blazing heat
Yes.
and working. My first job was at the in the food court at Charlie's.
Oh.
So and like, but I took it because I knew I had to. I was so scared to relapse. Like I was like, I got a taste of what sobriety was like, just even in treatment and seeing like the women come in and like seeing my counselor the way she was, like she was just awesome, and I was like, I wanna be like her,
Yeah,
right? I wanna be
yeah.
like them,
Absolutely.
right? Like I want that kind of life, and
Yeah.
what do I need to do that? But what I have to do is to remember where I came from,
Yep.
right?
So they're gonna have a normie watching your video and was like, bro, why did she let her nursing license go to pursue counseling and substance abuse treatment? What kind of, made that path easy? What?
Question.
Hey man, it's the Celsius.
It's the
It's
Celsius.
the Celsius.
I think back to during my career as a nurse, there were times that
She said Deering.
Deering. You did.
Deering headlight.
Deering. Yeah, that's
Deer
what
and
that's.
headlight.
I have no idea.
I had no idea.
Deering, but
What
we
do you
got
call
you
it?
here.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Yep. I said that one like 3 episodes ago, so if you'd have watched this, you'd have known it.
Oh wow. Okay, my bad. Attacked. So I can remember when I was a nurse and I was an emergency room nurse before I worked in the
Oh, you was a
nursing home.
trauma nurse?
Yeah.
Oh, you done seen some stuff. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead. Woo.
So I remember that there was this traumatic accident where a young child had been killed. And I dealt a lot with the family, and I felt gravitated towards them. Like I was like, I just want to be there for them, but they were like, I was told, like, you're not a social worker. Like,
Yeah.
you have to detach yourself from this. There was always this aspect of compassion that I had. And I remember, being in treatment and learning stuff. And I was like, it all kind of came full circle for me. I got offered a job I worked at Woodlake for a little bit, and that's where I got started with insurance over there. And I started, being around different people and like kind of starting to learn the business. And I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
It gave me this fulfillment that I never got whenever I was a nurse.
See, I can relate to that. That's why I couldn't be a nurse, because I couldn't detach. Like, I had a whole bunch of nursing schools, like, knocking my door. They kept calling my phone and showing up to my school. They just wanted me to nurse so bad. But I'm like, I can't detach. So then I decided to do drugs so I can get that experience. No, and so then I could be able to help my people, and they won't tell me I can't because I'm not a social worker.
I feel you. Yeah.
So I was almost a nurse. That was my almost a
It
nurse.
was law school for me. They were all knocking on my door.
So actually, Gaylord Fokker from Meet the Fockers,
Yep.
it kind of inspired me
Your
to
idol?
kind of want to be a male nurse. But then I was like,
Yes.
a nurse.
You would have got your little fanny pack and stuff?
I got a Mitchell.
Oh, yes.
Well, so what do you think, going through Serenity and now, being employed at Serenity, what do you think are some of the things that, y'all bring to the table that have, allowed Serenity to stand the test of time and be such a valuable facility in the Baton Rouge area for so long?
I mean, I think a lot of it is that lived experience, like walking the walk, right? Not just talking the talk, I am active in the recovery community. I do believe in doing what I teach, right?
Absolutely.
And being a role model.
Yep.
And I also, how can I can't pour from an empty cup. Right? Can't do it. And there's things that I've had to integrate into my recovery. Some, more spirituality, like going to church and stuff wasn't always something that I did, but it's something that I really, really enjoy now and strengthening that.
So, as we kind of, wind down and get to the end, there's always two questions we like to leave off with. And, question number one is your why. What's your motivation to continue to do what you do, and what's the impact that your recovery and your ability to help others find recovery had in your life?
Wow, I mean that's something that's so hard to even put in words. It's insurmountable. Like seeing that transformation of someone who is completely broken, right?
Yeah.
That they say the eyes are the gateway to the soul. Like looking in someone's eyes and seeing nothing, and then seeing something.
Absolutely.
Seeing something.
And it's crazy because we've interviewed, what is this, episode
88, 89.
And so I'd probably say we've got at least 60, if not probably a little more.
Same answer.
Interviews is what I was, at least 60 interviews. And we asked that question, but that's where I was going. It's that same answer.
And
that's what keeps us going.
Impressive.
And me and Ronnie talk about it on every episode. Just that ability to watch life come to somebody.
That light coming on
for people who work a 12-step program, and the ones that work the 12-step program with the Blue Book. It says, to watch a fellowship grow about us, it'll be an experience you don't want to miss. It'll be the highlight of our lives. And it's such a beautiful thing, and it's why we continue to do what we do. It's why the great staff at Serenity that we've had the pleasure to meet over the last month has all voiced that they continue to do what they do. It's to see and let people know that there is hope out there. And
Absolutely.
Continue down that hard road. And our last question, if somebody's listening to you right now and they relate to your story, they feel like they've taken a path similar, or maybe not even taken a path similar, but they relate and find hope. What are some words of inspiration you would leave them with?
That's your camera right there.
Don't give up, right? I know that that's easy to say, but to literally keep trudging, right? There were times where things were really hard in early sobriety, like I spoke with y'all about, being pregnant and then dealing with the emotions that come with early sobriety and things, but putting my head down and continuing to do what I had to do because I knew that it was a life worth living now.
Absolutely.
Right? Not just surviving, living, right?
Keep in my
We are
head
so grateful
above
that you
water.
joined us. We appreciate your time.
We
Unfortunately, though, Ronnie, we've gotten to your least favorite time of the episode, and
It's the last
this
one.
is the last one.
Serenity, we need to run it back.
Run it back.
Run it
Get
back.
out. REA Howie, get with me. Let's go have lunch. On y'all. Y'all got my money. But we need to run that back, man. It was a privilege and an honor getting to know Serenity on an even more deeper, intimate level than we've already, known, kind of getting to dive a little bit deeper than the surface. Miss Whitney, it's been a pleasure sitting down with you. Thank you so much for not only shooting with us on such a short notice, but being willing and being vulnerable and, being transparent for our viewers, listeners. I'm sure somewhere somebody got a lot out of your story. Some nurse right now that's struggling with whatever, they going to, hear your story and it may change their life.
So,
To our people, our viewers, our listeners, we love y'all so much. The engagement over the past month has been overwhelming. Breathtaking. I think we've had like 40,000 engagements over the past month.
In the last month, on Facebook alone, 1.2 million views.
Wow.
That is, for two just regular guys like us, that is absolutely amazing. Kayla actually brought up the post that we made November 23rd, 2024, which was my wedding day, and we was approaching 1,000 followers.
Wow.
So now we're on the road to 10K, and we could not be doing this without y'all. As like we always say, we real people with real problems that really want to help y'all find a solution, and we are dedicated and committed to bringing y'all raw, real, uncut content week in and week out. Again, thank you to Miss Whitney for sitting down with us on this beautiful Tuesday. Thank you again for Serenity Treatment Center of Louisiana for doing the Meet Your Sponsor series and sponsoring the entire month of March.
April. Oh, wait, it is March.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Your work in the community goes unnoticed. The impact that you have on the community goes unnoticed. Your workers are amazing. The owners are amazing. The CEO from admissions, techs, everything is just amazing about Serenity Center. We are honored and blessed that y'all shared this space with us. Tell people that's still out there, if you or somebody else you know is struggling, please, 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 please reach out to us. Ronnie LeDuff on Facebook, Michael Axelrod Oakley on Facebook. You can email us at builtbytheredstick@gmail.com. You can even go on the website and leave us a message, builtbytheredstick.com. We Built by the Red Stick on every platform, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of it. We want to help y'all. We are readily available. Until then, we'll be back at the same time, at the same place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, built by adversity, led by courage.
We love y'all.
Built by the Red Stick.